There you go, this bitch.
That is some bullshit.
Nobody is more consistent than Mama Joyce when it comes to one thing. She never trusted Todd Tucker. And now that the marriage between him and Kandi Burruss is unraveling, she's not softening her stance. She's turning the volume all the way up. And this time, it's not just side-eye, it's accusations. Word circulating around this divorce drama suggests that Mama Joyce isn't just demanding that Todd pack up and leave. She reportedly wants everything he has stored inside Kandi's home removed immediately. No grace period, no slow transition. No, let's be civil about it.
So is this a work in progress? Are we working at it?
We working at it.
That's fair.
Even though I do feel you're opportunist.
What do you think I'm getting out of it?
What you getting out of it?
This doesn't impress me. This
might
house,
not
none of this
but the
impresses
woman
me.
itself,
Oh, I love her to death.
Well, you're gonna have to prove that to me now.
According to what's being said, she believes that anything sitting under Kandi's roof that belongs to Todd needs to be gone like yesterday. And she's not disguising how she feels about it. But here's where the situation gets explosive. Because now there are whispers that Mama Joyce is claiming Todd didn't just benefit from the marriage. She believes he took from it. Not metaphorically, financially. Now, to be clear, there are no court documents proving theft, no official filings confirming missing money, and no verified receipts publicly showing Todd stole anything. But that hasn't stopped the accusations from spreading. Because if you followed this family dynamic from the beginning, you know Mama Joyce has always believed Todd had financial motives. And the money tension, it didn't just appear during the divorce. It's been there since day one.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the booze.
Let's go back to the prenup. And when Kandi handed Todd the first draft of their prenuptial agreement just 48 hours before their wedding, it didn't land gently. Todd's attorney at the time reportedly advised him not to sign immediately, suggesting that it looked more like the opening move of a negotiation rather than a finalized agreement. The draft protected everything Kandi brought into the marriage: her properties, her businesses, her wealth, and included a clause that would require Todd to vacate her home within 30 days if the marriage ended.
Break up, and now I gotta take care of that anyway.
Right, and that's why
So,
to me,
does that make
I would
sense?
think it would make more sense to say, hey, if we ever break up, we would
Sell the house.
we would sell this house
Put you in
and you would
something
stay in something
you could afford.
Not put you in the hood and that, especially we got kids together.
Right.
But maybe it wouldn't be this house.
And that clause hit hard. Todd was reportedly upset about the no alimony provision, the property protection, and the timeline to leave the house. His friends and family allegedly told him not to sign. The tension grew so intense that he skipped the rehearsal dinner because of the argument over that prenup. Now, here's the question that refuses to go away. If someone is marrying purely for love, why does a prenup that protects existing assets cause that much friction? Why does a clause about leaving a house you didn't purchase feel like a deal breaker?
Look, when she introduced Kandi to Todd, I told her I could have choked her. All these lawyers and everything else that you gonna introduce her to one of the workers? Yeah, that's why I could choke you right now.
Why does the removal of financial safety nets spark such a visible reaction? Mama Joyce didn't miss any of that. To her, that prenup drama confirmed everything she had suspected from the beginning. She had already labeled Todd an opportunist years earlier. She had already questioned why a self-made multimillionaire like her daughter would settle down with someone whose earning power didn't match hers. She had already side-eyed the fact that he moved into Kandi's home rather than building something neutral together. And she didn't whisper her concerns. In a heated moment, she directly told Todd she felt he was an opportunist and made it clear she had people watching, listening, reporting back to her.
That's fair.
Even though I do feel you're opportunist.
What do you think I'm getting out of it?
What you getting out of it?
She questioned what he was truly getting out of the relationship, and when he pushed back, she didn't retreat. She doubled down. She made it known she wasn't impressed by houses or surface gestures. She wanted proof. Proof that his love was real. Proof that his intentions were clean, and she never stopped watching. She even openly criticized how Kandi met Todd in the first place, saying she couldn't believe her daughter, a woman surrounded by lawyers, executives, and high-level professionals, ended up with someone working behind the scenes in production. That comment alone revealed how deep her distrust ran, because it wasn't just about finances. It was about status, power, and perceived access.
I'm back with another opinion. Y'all might not like it, but let's talk about it. So this whole Kandi and Todd situation is getting out of hand. I did not expect us to be where we are now. So Kandi basically filed a motion or whatever, allegedly, with the court saying that Todd is not the dad he appears to be. Todd is the social media dad. Social media dad's like, come here, kids, take this picture. Okay, once the picture is gone, y'all get up on my face. Kandi has said that she is the one taking care of the kids, financially, and Todd is not contributing to anything, and he's going on all these vacations. Now, if you go back and look, you'll see when the divorce first occurred, you saw Todd going on vacation after vacation after vacation, right? I'm not going to put him down because that might have been his way of coping, right? My thing is, I don't mean no harm, I love Kandi, but you always saw Todd with the kids. He was always with the kids, and he was also with Kandi all the time. So maybe he deserved a vacation. I don't care if nobody says, if you travel to work, sometimes it is a vacation. But let's get back to the story. I am personally so surprised at the situation, but we all I'm not going to say we saw it coming, because I did not.
In Mama Joyce's mind, Todd gained more from this relationship than Kandi ever did. Exposure, opportunity, stability, platform. And now that divorce is on the table, she appears determined to make sure he doesn't walk away with anything more than what he legally must. But here's where it gets messy. Because while Mama Joyce has always been loud about her suspicions, the current accusations about Todd allegedly taking from Kandi shift the narrative from I don't trust him to I think he took advantage. That's a serious escalation. Especially considering that during the marriage, Kandi reportedly invested heavily into Todd's ventures, supported his projects, and intertwined certain aspects of their financial lives. Even with a prenup protecting premarital assets, income earned during the marriage and jointly handled finances can become complicated during divorce proceedings. And that's exactly where things get blurry. Because if joint money was spent, invested, moved, or redirected in ways that are now being questioned, that's where speculation starts to grow. Not proven theft, but disputed benefit. Mama Joyce, from what's being said, isn't interested in nuance right now. She wants distance. She wants separation. She wants clarity. She wants everything that can be removed from Kandi's home removed immediately. And the streets? They're split. Some people believe Mama Joyce is doing what she's always done, protecting her daughter fiercely, maybe too fiercely. Others believe this is long overdue validation of concerns she's had from the beginning. But if these accusations are going to stick, there's going to have to be more than history and instinct behind them. Because claiming someone stole is one thing, proving it is another. And this divorce is only just beginning to reveal what's underneath years of tension that never truly went away. And if Mama Joyce is this loud at the start, imagine what happens when paperwork starts surfacing. And the reason this divorce is getting louder instead of quieter is because once money enters the conversation, everything else that was once emotional suddenly becomes strategic. Because now, we're not just talking about hurt feelings or in-law tension. We're talking about assets, businesses, joint income, custody positioning, and who walks away with what after more than a decade of shared life. And when Kandi Burruss is involved, that's not small math. Kandi isn't just a reality star, she's a business machine. Royalties, restaurants, productions, investments, brand equity, streams of income that didn't start yesterday and won't stop tomorrow. And even though the prenup reportedly protected everything she brought into the marriage, what was earned during the marriage becomes a different conversation entirely, especially in Georgia, where financial disparities between spouses can play a role in support determinations. That's where the speculation about alimony enters the room. There are reports circulating that Todd Tucker may seek financial support, citing differences in income, and possibly even arguing that he does not currently have stable housing after selling property he once owned. Now again, nothing is officially finalized in court, but the mere possibility of him requesting support from Kandi, after years of Mama Joyce calling him opportunistic, feels like gasoline on a fire that was already burning. Because to Mama Joyce, this is confirmation. If he pushes for financial support, in her mind that validates every suspicion she's ever voiced. If he fights for assets or leverage, she will interpret it as proof that this was never just about love. And the custody conversation only complicates it further. Kandi reportedly wants joint custody of their children, while there are whispers suggesting Todd may seek a stronger custodial position. Now, whether that is a legal strategy, emotional reaction, or negotiation tactic is unclear. But once children are involved, emotions escalate fast and public opinion splits even faster. What makes this even more delicate is the position of Riley, Kandi's eldest daughter. There have been ongoing reports that Riley was never fully comfortable with Todd in the beginning, that she struggled with the shift in household dynamics when he moved in, and that the tension between Todd and Mama Joyce created an atmosphere that felt less peaceful over time. Allegedly, there were arguments that started small but grew sharper, with loyalty lines becoming harder to navigate as Kandi tried to balance her marriage and her mother. And that's where this gets deeply personal. Because when family members feel displaced or uncomfortable in their own home, it leaves a mark. And if Riley is now positioned as someone who will help oversee estate planning structures for her younger siblings in the future, that suggests Kandi is thinking long-term protection mode. Everything tightened, everything structured, everything documented. That doesn't scream chaos. That screams preparation. So when Mama Joyce is reportedly demanding that Todd remove all of his belongings immediately, it's not just about boxes and furniture. It's symbolic. It's about severing access, severing presence, severing perceived benefit. But here's the nuance nobody wants to sit with. Todd didn't enter the marriage jobless. He had his own career in production. He contributed to projects. He worked. He built ventures. The argument from his side, or from those defending him, is that he didn't simply live off Kandi. He participated in building shared ventures. He invested time. He co-created opportunities. So now the real question becomes, where does contribution end and benefit begin? Because in marriages where one partner earns significantly more, the optics can distort reality. The higher earner can appear to carry everything, while the other partner's work becomes minimized. And in a high-profile marriage with cameras involved, perception becomes part of the story, whether it's accurate or not. Still, Mama Joyce has never been subtle about her feelings. Years ago, she openly told Todd she felt he was getting something out of the relationship. She questioned his motives directly. She made it clear she had eyes everywhere. That wasn't a one-time comment. It was a pattern of distrust that never softened. So if she is now suggesting that he took from Kandi, whether financially or opportunistically, that accusation is rooted in a long history of suspicion, and suspicion doesn't disappear quietly. It waits. What makes this divorce especially volatile is that neither Kandi nor Todd has publicly attacked the other in detail yet. There have been no long-form interviews airing grievances, no public meltdown, just reports, positioning, and strategic silence. But silence in divorce is rarely permanent, especially when money is involved, and especially when a protective mother feels vindicated. Because if legal filings begin to reflect financial disputes, if alimony is requested, if assets are contested, if joint accounts are scrutinized, then Mama Joyce's accusations will gain traction whether they're proven or not. And if they don't, if everything is clean, documented, and evenly divided, then this entire he stole narrative collapses under its own weight. But right now, we're in the gray zone. And gray zones are messy, because the longer this divorce unfolds, the more old arguments get reinterpreted as warning signs. The prenup meltdown, the skipped rehearsal dinner, the early tension, the job gaps, the comments about status, the opportunist label. None of those incidents proved theft. But when stacked together inside a separation, they start forming a narrative that feels cohesive. And narratives once formed are hard to undo. The bigger question now isn't whether Mama Joyce distrusts Todd. That's established. And the question is whether the legal process is about to validate her. And if it does, if there's even a hint of financial irregularity, this won't just be a messy divorce, it will be a reputation shift. And that's exactly why this next phase is going to matter more than any interview clip or heated family exchange ever did. Because once lawyers get involved and documents start circulating, feelings stop being the loudest thing in the room and numbers take over. Right now, everything lives in allegation territory. Mama Joyce believes what she believes. The streets are repeating what they've heard. Fans are replaying old clips and connecting dots that may or may not belong together. But once divorce filings are fully unpacked, once asset divisions are outlined clearly, once custody terms and financial arrangements are put on paper, speculation either gains weight or collapses entirely. And this is where the power shift becomes interesting. Because for years, Todd carried the image of the man who made it. He married into one of the most successful women in entertainment and built a brand presence alongside her. He executive produced. He appeared on television. He launched ventures. He became part of the empire. From the outside, it looked like partnership. But now, that partnership is being dissected. People are asking whether he truly built alongside Kandi or simply benefited from proximity to her platform. They're questioning whether joint ventures were equal collaborations or whether one name carried more leverage than the other. And whether that's fair or not, once that doubt enters the room, it sticks. Because here's the reality nobody wants to oversimplify. Marriage merges lives, but it also merges reputations. When things end, the separation isn't just emotional, it's reputational accounting. And if Todd requests alimony, even if it's legally justified under Georgia law due to income disparity, the optics will be brutal. It will immediately reinforce Mama Joyce's long-standing narrative that he positioned himself strategically. It won't matter how many projects he contributed to. It won't matter how much time he invested. The storyline will harden overnight. On the flip side, If he doesn't pursue financial support and instead walks away quietly, that changes the tone. It weakens the "he stole" narrative significantly. It forces critics to reconsider whether the Opportunist label was always more emotional than factual. Then there's the custody layer, which complicates everything further. When children are involved, divorce stops being a simple split and becomes a restructuring of family dynamics. If Todd pushes for expanded custody, some will interpret it as him fighting for his role as a father. Others will frame it as leverage in a larger financial negotiation. And unfortunately, in high-profile separations, both interpretations tend to circulate simultaneously. Meanwhile, Kandi Burruss appears to be operating from a place of preparation rather than panic. Reports about updated estate plans, trust structures for her children, and airtight documentation suggest someone tightening the perimeter rather than reacting emotionally. That level of organization doesn't scream chaos. It signals long-term thinking. And that's why this situation feels less like a sudden explosion and more like a slow boil that's finally reached the surface. Because if you rewind through their entire history, the tension with Mama Joyce was never resolved. It was managed. It was filmed. It was argued about. But it never disappeared. Every disagreement about finances, every comment about status, every side eye about work ethic added another layer of distrust that didn't dissolve with time. So now, when the marriage itself is dissolving, all of those unresolved suspicions are resurfacing with sharper edges. But here's the uncomfortable possibility people don't want to entertain. What if the truth is somewhere in the middle? What if Todd genuinely loved Kandi and still made financial decisions that Mama Joyce interpreted as opportunistic? What if he contributed to joint ventures, but also benefited significantly from the exposure and stability of her empire? What if the resentment built not because of theft, but because of imbalance? Because imbalance can feel like exploitation even when it isn't criminal. And in marriages where one partner is a multi-millionaire brand and the other operates at a different financial level, that imbalance can quietly grow into resentment on both sides. Mama Joyce sees it as confirmation of everything she warned about. Todd likely sees it as being misunderstood from the start. Kandi is probably somewhere in between, navigating loyalty to her mother, responsibility to her children, and whatever truth she privately holds about her husband. And that's what makes this divorce so volatile. Not proven wrongdoing, but layered perception. If financial documents come out clean, Todd's reputation stabilizes. If irregularities or aggressive financial claims surface, Mama Joyce's voice gets louder. Either way, this isn't just about a marriage ending. It's about legacy, generational wealth, and control over an empire that Kandi built long before Todd entered the picture. So the real question isn't just whether Todd stole anything. It's whether the legal process will expose imbalance in a way that validates or dismantles years of suspicion. Because once courts finalize divisions and custody is settled, the narrative will harden permanently. And until that happens, every move either of them makes will be scrutinized. So I need to know where you stand. Do you think Mama Joyce was right all along, and this divorce is just the confirmation she's been waiting for? Or do you think this is years of distrust snowballing into something bigger than the actual facts? Drop your thoughts below, because this one is far from over. And once paperwork speaks, everything changes.